And we are back. Welcome back to my Euro 2024 prediction series, where today it finally begins for England. The Three Lions are in action for the first time tonight against Serbia. However, we do have two other games to discuss before we get to that England match. And before we even get into that, firstly, I have to say fair play to Switzerland. A brilliant performance from them yesterday against Hungary. I massively underestimated them. Same with Spain, although I do think Croatia were rather poor rather than Spain being absolutely fantastic. Not to say that Spain weren't fantastic, but again, I thought Croatia were a little bit poor. And then Albania scoring the fastest goal in all of Euro competition history. So fair play to them for that. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to see them get anything against Italy, who did, of course, win 2-1. But a fascinating day that we had yesterday. A massive and another fascinating day I'm hoping for today in Euro 2024. Before we get into it, of course, if you haven't done so already, please do consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing to the channel if you are new around here. We are, of course, doing this every single day, and we will start adding Copa America predictions to these videos as well once that competition gets started next week. Let's get into it right now. Euro 2024 Matchday 1, Day 3 predictions. And before we get to Group C, we're going to do a quick diversion to Group D, because the opening fixture of today is Poland against the Netherlands from Group D. For whatever reason, they're playing that one before we do Group C. That's just, as always, how UEFA do these things. It's like they do it in the Champions League. It's very bizarre. But we start with Poland against the Netherlands, and obviously the massive headline is no Robert Lewandowski for Poland, which is an absolutely monumental loss for them. Yes, Poland still have some decent players, the likes of Szczesny and Zielinski, but without their figurehead, without their talisman up front, I really don't see them causing the likes of Virgil van Dijk at the back any significant problem. So right off the bat, I'm going to say I don't really see Poland getting a goal in this game. It's just going to be a case of how many are Netherlands going to get, because I think it's going to be a few, and I'm actually going to go for 4-0. I look at this Dutch side, and they are very, very talented. Memphis, Gakpo, likes of Jeremy Frimpong coming through in the last couple of seasons. Obviously, they've still got Van Dijk, Nathan Ake, Xavi Simons, who is getting so much attention at the moment. For some reason, PSG are going to loan him back out again. I don't really understand that. But the one that no one's really talking about is Vermeer in midfield. Yes, they've lost Frankie de Jong for this tournament, but keep your eyes on Vermeer over the course of the next few weeks. I think he's a massively, massively talented player. Has got a lot of assists in the Eredivisie this season, and I think this could be a tournament that really shows his quality. I'm going to go 4-0 to the Netherlands to kick off today's action. Best of luck to Poland. I think they could be in for another absolute hammering along the lines of a Scotland and obviously a Croatia like we saw yesterday. That then brings us, of course, back to Group C, and the opening game of Group C is the other two teams in the group, which is, of course, Slovenia and Denmark. And again, I don't think this is as clean-cut as people think it is. I think a lot of people are going to expect Denmark to win this game because, again, they've got a lot of quality players themselves, but Slovenia aren't a bad team. They've still got the likes of Jan Oblak, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, in between the sticks. They've got a young striker in Benjamin Sesko up front who was attracting massive interest from the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal until Leipzig have managed to secure him for another season, albeit with a gentleman's agreement and a release clause that will be expected to be triggered next summer. But very talented young striker. Obviously, at the other end of the pitch is another talented young striker in Rasmus Højlund. And then, of course, you've got the likes of Christian Eriksen, Andres Christensen, Joachim Andersen, Højbjerg, etc., around that Danish team. So, talented players on both sides for these two sides. However, on paper and historically, I do still think Denmark should be edging it. I don't think it's going to be, like I said, I don't think it's going to be as clean-cut as people think. I'm going to go for 2-1. I can definitely see both sides scoring in this game. It just comes down to whether or not Slovenia have enough fight in them to hold Denmark to a draw or even steal a win. But for me, it is Denmark's game to lose, and I'm just going to have them edging it 2-1. That then brings us to the main event of the day. It is Serbia taking on England at an 8 p.m. kickoff UK time. Obviously, I am incredibly nervous going into this game. I look at the most recent form of England and it's not good. Like, there's no shirking around it. Apart from the Bosnia result, which looks good at 3-0, the performances and the overall results against the likes of Belgium, Brazil and obviously especially Iceland last week, it's really not looking good for England. On the flip side, Serbia's results aren't much better. They've had a couple of decent wins, but they've had a couple of heavy losses as well. Most notably, they lost 4-0 to Russia a couple of months ago, which is a shocking result considering how poor the Russian side is at the moment. So Serbia aren't that great either. However, again, you look at the lineups. Mitrovic, Vlahovic, Dusan Tadic, Milinkovic-Savic in midfield, Milinkovic-Savic in goal, Milenkovic at the back. They have some very talented players. Kostic at left mid. They're probably going to play 3 at the back. They're going to look to either sit as a 5, like Iceland did, but be a little bit more expansive going forward. The one positive is they may go at us. They may use their attacking players. Like, you've got the likes of Vlahovic, Mitrovic and Tadic as your front 3. You're going to want to use them. You're not going to want to sit back and park the bus when you've got that amount of quality going forward. That may actually play into England's hands. There was a part of me that was sitting here this morning before I did this prediction going, I might just do 1-1 because we'll try and nick it 1-0, trying to play our safe style of play, but then Serbia will probably score. I really do think Serbia will score. They've got too much quality not to score, I think. So it'd be an impressive feat for England if they do get a clean sheet. However, like I just said, I think Serbia will actually go for it, which will then give England more opportunities. And I'm hoping that's the way the game goes. And I'm going to go for 3-1 to England. I think with the quality we've got, we can't not capitalise on a side that is more than likely going to play 3 at the back. And I stress that it probably will be 3. Their left wing back and their right wing back are going to be attack-minded players. Kostic is not a left back. He is a left winger who will be playing left mid. We have to capitalise on that, and I think we will. So I'm going to go 3-1 to England, and that is with positive bias. Because like I said, the performances have not been great. I very, very nearly went for a 1-1 draw in this. But I have to believe that Serbia are going to look at the results that we've had recently and give it a go. If they sit back off us, which they still very well might, we could be in for a really long evening. But I believe in the team. I have to believe in the team, even if I don't believe in the manager. But I'm going for 3-1 England. I hope I'm right. I hope it's not going to be the other suggestion where potentially even Serbia score first and we struggle to scrape a 1-1 draw or inevitably lose 1-0. But I'm being positive. I'm being optimistic. I believe in the team. I think we are more than capable of beating Serbia. In fact, I think we should be beating Serbia. So I'm going to go for 3-1 to England. We need to make a statement. Germany have made a statement. Spain have made a statement. I've predicted that the Netherlands are about to make a statement today as well. So it is the responsibility on us, as a side that is expected to do well in this tournament, to put in a statement result of our own. Hopefully it happens tonight. I'm going for 3-1 England. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll be back tonight with my post-match reaction to the game, where it's either going to be an absolute rage fest once again or a little bit more of positivity. So I'll see you tonight. Come on, England. We'll see.